Hi, today we're going to talk about finding the volume of three-dimensional composite figures. A composite figure is just pretty much a shape that's made of a whole bunch of shapes. So it's not just a standard rectangular prism or a standard sphere or a standard cone or pyramid. Instead, it's kind of parts of those all put together, which is more realistic in the real world. Not as many things are just a rectangular prism. More often, it's a rectangular prism combined with something else, to make our composite figures. So what I have here on the screen are a couple of composite figures that we're going to go ahead and take a look at. Let me go ahead. I have a pen. Perfect. So this says find the surface area. We're not doing that. We're finding volume. But notice this direction says use 3.14 as pi. It's important to always read the directions. Sometimes they actually want you to leave things in terms of pi, so you just use pi instead of 3.14. And there are other numbers that sometimes we use instead of 3.14. So to find the volume, first thing I'm going to do is I notice this is a composite figure, which is clearly a rectangular prism with a triangular prism on top. So I'm going to find the volume of the rectangular prism. Area of the base is 19 times 9. Multiplied by the height of the shape is 11. So the volume of this part is 1,881 feet cubed. Now I'm going to find the volume of this part. Be careful. I notice that they're including this 13 right here, which is great for surface area, not great for volume. So be careful when we find the area of the base. Remember, this is a triangular prism. So the base is a triangular prism. So we find the area of this triangle, which is 10 times, the height goes straight up and down. It's not 13, it's 10 times 12. So 10 times 12 divided by 2 gives us the base of this triangle multiplied by the height, right, which is really just the distance between the two bases, the two triangles, which this height is 9. So we did 10 times 12 divided by 2 to find the area of the base, multiplied by 9, and that is 540 feet cubed again. And now the last step is we just have two areas. We're going to add them together. And that's going to equal, again, we're not doing surface area, we're doing volume. 2,421 feet cubed. So honestly, that was pretty simple. It's like doing two problems, right? A rectangular prism and a triangular prism and adding them together. It's pretty much what that is. I'm going to go ahead and erase this work, and I'm going to show you one more. Before I show you how to solve this last one, which is kind of like an ice cream cone or a snow cone, let me just show you the other pictures down here. Here we've got a rectangular prism with a dome, which is half of a sphere. Here we've got a couple of rectangular prisms. Here's very similar to what we just did, a rectangular prism with a triangular prism. And then I thought this one was so cool. It's a cylinder with like a dome on top and on bottom. So like the top and bottom are each half of a sphere, but you just put them together and it's really just like a cylinder and a sphere and you're adding the volumes together. So I really like that one. But we're going to go back and we're going to solve for the volume of this cone. So let's start with the cone part down here. Find the area of the base, which is this circle. Now remember, base doesn't always mean bottom, right? Because the bottom here is a point. There's no area to find there. But the base in this case is this circle. It's just upside down. So we have to find the area of the circle. We do pi times the radius squared. So pi, we're going to use just like it says here, 3.14. Pi 3.14 times the radius squared. So pi times 5 squared times the height of the whole shape. Now, because it's a cone, we also multiply by 1/3 or divide by 3. It's like the same thing. And this ends up as 314 yards cubed for the volume of this cone. Now let's find the volume of the sphere. The formula for the volume of the sphere is a little bit different than all the other ones, but it's that fraction 4/3 times pi times the radius cubed. So what I did is 4/3, it's a fraction, times 3.14 times 5 cubed, and just type it in the calculator. And that gives me 523.3 repeating. Now it says round the answer to 2 decimal places, so to the nearest hundredth. So we really just need 0.33. That's it. And of course I add these two together. And to 2 decimal places, volume, because we're not doing surface area, is 837.33 yards cubed. And that is how you find, or I should say those are examples of how you find composite, or the volume of composite figures. Thanks.